Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Pisces for January 2020. Happy New Year, happy new decade. So this is for all those Piscean, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, whichever Piscean energy you kind of are in sort of relation to, let's say, or how you kind of view yourself when you're in your chart as a Piscean. First of all, we're going to be linking in with Spirit to see exactly what they'd like to bring through for you guys for the month of January. We'll be going into the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Radley Valentine and Doreen Virtue to get some ideas on themes throughout the rest of January for you guys, and then outcomes will be pulled via the Oracle cards that I have here. So obviously this is posted on the 13th, so we're going to be looking at week by week. So obviously the first week will be the 13th to 20th, and then the 20th to the 27th, and then the final week. So let's have a look here what Spirit want to bring through for Pisces. You guys have got a really nervous, restless energy, I feel. It's like the way they're coming through to me is it's sort of this nervous laughter. It's like, haha, yeah, not too sure your footing on things, not too sure where you're at, a bit confused about where you're going, not entirely sure what you're wanting, a bit kind of, you're feeling like the general energy at the moment is really alien to you. I feel like you're kind of in this energy thinking, what's going on here? It's like you feel like you're totally not fitting in, or you're not kind of as per the same kind of vibration, feeling, outlook as a lot of other people potentially around you, and I feel like you may feel a little bit isolated. Don't worry, it's not to make you feel that way. It's actually probably a bit of a blessing if you do feel like that, because I'll be totally honest with you, the energy at the moment is not great and on a global level. So if you're sat there going, there's probably a good reason for that. I feel like you're seeing through a lot of this energy, which is good, because a lot of it is illusionary, or certainly designed that way to test people's reactions. So they're saying don't give up, all right? So if you are feeling that way, don't feel like, oh, well, I'm just going to sort of have to write this month off. Just do your own inner work, you know, stick to your own company. It doesn't mean to say that this is going to transition all the way through. I just feel the first 4 months of 2020 is going to be a lot of this type of energy up until your season, which is obviously March, sort of end of February, March time, when I feel like you'll probably have a bit more of a solid footing on things. But for this month in itself, it's kind of hitting against you guys, almost like it doesn't feel quite comfortable to you. If you're in that energy and you're maybe thinking, is it the person around me? Is it my job? Wait, I feel like we need to just kind of be going within, checking our own energy, and rather than sort of explaining it on anything externally, this is about our own inner healing that is required, okay? So let's have a look. So let's have a look at the general themes that Pisces can expect to see for the rest of January. So from the 13th up until the 31st. What is the general theme here, please, for you guys? What is the general theme for Pisces? Wow. Hope. The star. Okay. Now, obviously, we will be transitioning into Aquarius season from around the sort of 21st, 22nd. But this energy will really propel you through. This is about hope. This is healing. Okay, this is a very healing energy. It's designed that way. There's something very starseed about this energy right here. I feel like this is actually meant for you to kind of go within and heal, as per what I mentioned a minute ago, because we've also got the Four of Swords. So this is about, you know, resting, meditation, healing, inner work, lots of inner work. Don't fear if you feel like, oh, well, I feel a little bit sort of, you know, antisocial or anything like that. It just means that they're preparing you for what you're to do next, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so it's that kind of air energy that can be very kind of sporadic and or very fast moving, but it can be a bit inconsistent. So do the healing, do the energy work now around this month, and then it will stand you in good stead moving forward, okay? It's like this is a potential for very quick decisions that may not benefit, which is why they're asking you to go within sort of for this month. What are the other themes, please? For Pisces, for the month of January 2020, what are the other themes, please? For Pisces energy for January 2020, Spirit. Any other themes for the month of January? Yeah, so we've got decision, okay? So the decision card, okay, so this is the actual, the devil card here, okay? So it says release yourself from that which holds you back and need to detox unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. This can also be any addictive behaviours, codependency, attachment that they're trying to ask you to transition out of. And this, I mean, I'll be totally honest with you, this is, I mean, obviously the devil is associated, the devil card is associated with Capricorn energy. And obviously we are in Capricorn season. So again, it feels very heavy energy, okay? So just make sure that you are doing that healing, because it's like they want you to purge all this energy ready for you to transition in through obviously Aquarius season and into your season. Because, and look, we've got the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right, so just pay that and, you know, bear that in mind. Okay, so from the 13th up until the 20th of January, Spirit, what can Pisceans expect to see? What is the theme of the 13th to the 20th for Pisceans, please? January 2020. What is the theme, please, for the 13th to the 20th for Pisces? January 2020. What is the theme, please, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords, okay? You could be feeling a sense of loss, a sense of separation. There could be, maybe your heart center is feeling a little bit low. Maybe you're feeling disconnected, as I mentioned before. It says, release the past, you will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. Don't sometimes feel like time does heal all wounds. Sometimes you need to go in and do the work as well. I feel like that's a little bit of a sweeping statement. But the Three of Swords, this is, I mean, look, sometimes we've got to go through this kind of energy in order to really open up our heart space so that the light can come in. You know, they sometimes do tend to break us a little bit so the light can kind of reflect in through. And obviously with you guys being Pisceans, you guys are usually very kind of spiritually aware, very intuitive, very kind of watery energy. So let's clarify, what else? Yeah, we've got the Hanged Man here, and then we've got the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like the pause, okay? There's so much indecision, all right, around this loss and confusion, and we just need to pause. And I'll be really honest with you, if you are resonating with that Three of Swords energy, you must make sure, because I'll be totally honest with you, when you're dealing with any pain, it is better to walk straight through it. And I will be honest with you, when I had my progressed moon in Pisces a year and a half ago up until very recently, my hat goes off to you, because that was the most intense, and I've got a moon in Scorpio. That was the most intense cycle that my moon's ever been in, since it being obviously when I'm natally moon in Scorpio. You feel everything. It's like and it is really difficult to kind of navigate through that. I'm going to take my hat off to you, because to be honest, I've got a newfound respect for Pisces since going through that. Be aware that everything is transitional. You are not going to feel like you are in this energy forever. That I can guarantee you. But just make sure you're not doing things to distract yourself from the pain and not dealing with the pain, because I'll be really honest with you, this is going to come back at some stage otherwise, and you're going to have to then do all the work. Coming from someone who didn't listen during that stage, all right, and my guides it's like they're like, no, don't put your finger down yet, because we want you to understand how much you messed up, because I'm living proof of that. I'm not even going to lie. I did not listen. I was like, nope, I'm going to do everything in my power not to feel this pain, because I don't want to. And they're going, and I'm going, nope, still not going to listen. They're going, and then literally my moon transitions into Aries, and I've spent like however long trying to release everything that was trapped within me that I didn't acknowledge the first time around, and it's not a walk in the park. So I get it, it's hard coming from someone who failed miserably at that, and I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but it kind of is now, knowing how stupid I was to not do it. Guys, you guys are, it's a test, all right? I'm going to just play, it's just very plain and simple. This is a test. How do you deal with pain? Do you walk through it, or do you try and loophole it? Do you try and go to food or other external situations that are going to suppress or numb that and put it on hold, and then you'd have to deal with it X amount of months, years down the line? My heart goes out to you guys. You can do this. Because I'll be honest with you, I still have to deal with that pain anyway. So it's not like I just avoided it forever. I still have to deal with it. I just dealt with it afterwards. Alright? I dealt with it afterwards and it took a lot longer. I'll be honest with you. I can feel around my heart chakra the effects this already is having on people. That for those that are resonating with this, I can feel you. Okay, my heart goes out to you. I'm sending you, my guides are sending you as much healing as you can have and you are requiring, alright? Hopefully you're feeling that, because I feel like you might also be asking, well, who's coming to help me? This is not about them avoiding helping you or you're not worthy of being helped. This is a lesson. And I'll be honest with you, I was livid when I went through this. I was like, what on earth is going on here? Why are you not stepping in? But it's because you're growing in strength. There's an upgrade. You're leveling up. Essentially, you're leveling up. All right. And when you level up, this is not easy. And especially with Pisces being the 12th sign, you guys are usually, you know, seasoned experts in these kind of things. And it's like that. It means the lessons tend to get harder. All right. But you can do this. Just take some time out for you. Anything that you feel connects with your heart center, that really connects with your inner child, is going to help. All right. And I'll be really honest with you, if you feel like you need to cry, because sometimes when I was in that energy, I couldn't cry. I was like, this is ridiculous. Why can I not cry? If you feel like you can cry, try and release as best you can. Look at heart chakra cleansing on YouTube. Look into, you know, playing that music either in earphones or in the room. Salt baths are brilliant for cleansing spiritual debris from around you. Sage, all right, rose quartz under your pillow. Just be gentle to yourself and be around people that are going to understand you. The worst thing you can do is be around people right now that don't have a clue what you're going through, because that's what happened to me and it drove me insane, and they are bye-bye now, you know? So just, you've got this. I know you can do this. Just, you've got to just try and walk through it, okay? As soon as you start trying to avoid pain, you've got to feel the pain sometimes to release it, and just allow it, you know, then observe it and then release, all right? But if you're trying to avoid it, it's harder. All right, so 13th to 20th, what other themes, what else can they expect to see? What is going on, please, for Pisces? 13th to 20th. We've got the Four of Wands, okay? This could be a living environment. This is also, it can be twin flames. It can be a change in living circumstances, living arrangements, an offering of an upgrade of an existing relationship. It says time for a celebration, abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. So let's clarify this. What is the Four of Wands, please? For the 13th to the 20th. What is the Four of Wands, please? Clarify the Four of Wands. I feel like they're saying no, it's exactly what it says on the tin. Okay, let's just... How does this link into the Three of Swords? How does the Four of... Sorry, not the Four of Swords, Three of Swords. We've got the Empress, we've got the Divine Feminine. Okay, so it could well be... Let me just link, hang on. What's the relation to the Three of Swords for the theme of this week, and the Four of Wands and the Empress, please, Spirit? Maybe you are in that energy when you transition through from the 13th to 20th, where you have perceived a loss or you have gone through a recent loss. But there's something being offered here, and it's almost like a spiritual partnership with the Three of Pentacles, okay? And then we've also got the Three of Wands. So you're almost looking to your future right now, where you practically want to spend your time, energy and money, resources, as well as your efforts moving forward, where you want to spend your energy. Now, obviously, this is the divine feminine, because we've got the Four of Wands as well. This could definitely pertain to a divine counterpart scenario that either you have experienced recently a loss with, or you're reassessing the situation, because we've got the Queen of Swords here. All right, so this could have been a situation where you had to stand your ground and then suffered a loss. Let's clarify. How does these cards link to the Three of Swords, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the Six of Pentacles. So this is about equal give and take, all right? And then we've got the King of Wands. So this is about a very direct, fire-based potential person. It can be male, doesn't have to be. It's like an action forward, giving. It's like a generous offering, all right? So maybe you've gone through a loss, and then, you know, there's something that is going to happen around the 13th to 20th that is then going to provide an offering to almost rectify that, because it feels like you've come out of that Three of Swords energy, or you're trying to come out of that. And it could even be that by the time you haven't even transitioned fully out of it, and then bam, an offer's made. I'm hearing an equal partnership. Look, we've got the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles. So we've now got counterparts with the Four of Wands. So this is, we're talking here potential twin flame or high level soulmate situation. But there's something, because we've got the Two of Pentacles here, you're not, something you're confused about or undecided on. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're not entirely sure. Now, there could have been harsh words. Maybe someone's jumped in and sort of wanted to offer something, and then maybe you're not so sure. Maybe you've been once bitten, twice shy over this situation. Let's have a look. 13th to 20th for Pisces, please. Two of Cups. Six of Swords. So it's transitioning into smoother waters here with a partnership, a spiritual partnership. Again, this is like, I'm hearing a match made in heaven. And this is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is abundance. This is a fruitful experience being... It could well have been with the Three of Swords. Maybe you have to release something in order for this partnership to go through. Maybe you've got a partner. Maybe they've got a partner. And something had to leave before this partnership can go, transition through. But it looks to me like, again, you're transitioning out of single life, if I'm totally honest with you. For those who resonate, this is a love reading. For those who are sitting there going, I don't have anyone around me, I don't like anyone, this is not for you, all right? This is for those who are very aware that they have someone that there's been a bit of history with. Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands. So there's a bit of defensive energy still here. It's like you're trying to stand your ground. And there's an indecision with the Two of Wands as well. Now, this is still around the 13th to the 20th. So it could be that someone's made an offer and you're not convinced. And you're trying to bide your time to see how you feel about all this. All right? Seven of Swords. Okay? With the Nine of Cups. Now, sometimes this can be deemed as a sort of, you know, a deceitful card. But because it's come out with the Nine of Cups, either someone's transitioned out of that, or they've strategized to try and get to this Nine of Cups in order to reach you. But this, I'm not, because it's the Nine of Cups next to it, it's like there's a wish fulfillment here. Okay, clarify the Seven of Swords, please, Spirit. Yeah, this is the Knight of Pentacles. This has potentially been a long, slow offering that probably felt very treacherous, and there was a bit of loss along the way, but it's finally starting to come to fruition here. Four of Pentacles. Someone did not want to let this go. Someone wanted to continue this. Maybe you let that go, and the second you let it go, they've come in. Let's have a look from the 13th to 20th. From the 20th to the 27th. What is going on, please, for Pisces from the 20th to the 27th of January 2020? What is the theme? What is the theme? What is the theme from the 20th to the 27th for Pisces, January 2020? Indecision. Indecision. Now, with the first week's theme being the Three of Swords, this can also pertain to a love triangle because it's 3 swords. So maybe there's suffering based on a third party scenario from that previous week. And going from week, so that was the 13th to the 20th, and going from the 20th to the 27th, there's indecision again. All right, but it does feel like this is potentially a karmic situation that is waiting to be transitioned out of for potentially a twin flame scenario, okay, and or high level soulmate situation. But the theme for the 20th to 27th is indecision, because we've got the Two of Pentacles and choices. We've got the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is again very transitional energy. It's not decided what it wants to do just yet. Okay, let's have a look. So what's going on, please, from the 20th to the 27th? Why so much indecision for Pisces, or for the person, you know, if they're cross-watching? Why is there so much indecision here? What's going on for the 20th to the 27th for Pisces for January 2020? Whoa, you don't want to come out, do you? What is going on, please, from the 20th to the 27th? Pisces. Interesting. So we've got the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So it's like there's an almost like someone's come forward, stepped forward and gone, I want to be with you. This is what I want. Yes, maybe there was a third party, but that's done now. I want this. I want this. I want this. This is the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So it's victory. It's like, yes, you know, ultimate emotional fulfillment and a victory, okay? But then we've also pulled the Seven of Swords. This could be deception. Are they being as authentic as they say they're being? Let's have a look. What is going on here, please? What is with the Seven of Swords? What is going on, please, in this situation? What is going on here, please? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like, I feel like potentially they may have rushed in thinking, I'm going to lose this person. Let me just quickly go in and say that, you know, I feel like, you know, this is what I want. But I don't know if they fully realise what the implications are, because the Seven of Pentacles is about waiting, a waiting period. We've also got the Four of Wands again, which is, again, it's the twin flame counterpart card. It's like that kind of moving in. It's that kind of setting up a home, you know, that kind of thing. And then we've also got Solutions, which is the Temperance card, which is spiritual healing. So I feel like they might have rushed in thinking that this is going to save the day. But what is the Seven of Swords card, please, Spirit? Can you clarify what the Seven of Swords is in reference to? What is going on with that card? So we've got the King of Cups, all right? This is someone who, warm, generous, honourable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust, the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Okay, so maybe this has been the energy before and you've doubted them emotionally, and that's why there's indecision there, because you're not entirely sure if this is going to be backed up. We've got the Nine of Pentacles on the base of the card. So this is about, again, abundance, manifestation. What is the Seven of Swords, please, with the King of Cups? Can you clarify, please? Six of Cups, reunion. All right. So I feel like this person, this energy stepping forward is actually, you may be confused with that Two of Pentacles energy where you're like, are they legit? Are they genuine? I feel like, yeah. And I feel like what they're saying is it is safe to trust. So if this has been the energy before, okay, it's safe. Now, I get it. The first week you were showing as a Three of Swords. Maybe this journey has been treacherous enough where you're like, I cannot do any more in this situation. Like, I let go, and as soon as I let go, they came forward. They're saying, upstairs is saying it is safe to trust, but you must make sure that you're not just jumping into something without repairing this heart of yours, because otherwise you're going to have trust issues, because I feel like you're still not going to be convinced, even if I'm sat here telling you, look, it's safe to trust. What else can you tell me, please, from the 20th to the 27th about Pisces? Yeah, we've got the Queen of Wands, okay, and the Four of Pentacles. So this is about holding on to a certain energy. Now, the Queen of Wands, okay, if this is not you, this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that is very intuitive, that knows a thing or two, that is very dynamic and determined and can stand her ground, but she can discern usually truth. Now, yeah, look, they usually have, the Queen of Wands usually has the cat in front of her, you know, that intuition type. It says you can do anything right now, go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. With it being with the Four of Pentacles, this is about sort of stubbornness, holding on to certain energy. Don't doubt, we've got the Ace of Cups with the Two of Cups. All right, so if this is your energy and you're in a very fiery, dynamic type of, I need to protect myself at all costs because this has already gone wrong once, or I don't know if I can trust this person. Is that person out of their life? Is this person going to consistently come and stay with me? Well, they're the King of Cups, so sometimes it goes very deep with them and they can't always articulate how they feel, but they may be making an offer to you that is an offer you can't refuse. Because again, with the Four of Pentacles, it's suggesting holding on to something, not wanting to release something, not wanting to let it go. So I feel like you've got that coming, but let's just have it. And look, we've got the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, divine guidance. So let's just have a look. What else can you tell me, please, between the 20th and the 27th for Pisces? What's going to happen 20th to the 27th, please, for Pisces? What else is going to happen? Yeah, look. A waiting period, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, okay? So there's a wait. Now, obviously, 9 of Pentacles is about a manifestation. It's about abundance, but it's also about single status. So it could well be that they may come forward and say something, but there's a transitional period between, you know, when they actually, you guys get together or what's going on. There may be a bit of a pause, but they're saying don't give up. There's definitely an offer coming. So we've got Justice here. Okay, this is karmic justice. Something is coming towards you here, but it may well be that you hear about it from the 20th to the 27th, but then it's like you've got to allow it to filter on through. So we've got justice, karmic implications. It could be to do with the karmic that is now being transitioned out of that person's life, or your life maybe. What else can you... Yeah, Ace of... again, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Knight of Swords. A fast moving offer that it probably is going to take you by surprise. I'm going to be honest with you. 4 of Pentacles, they don't want to let this go with you, all right? They don't want to let it go. They're saying, and upstairs they're saying, don't underestimate this. Don't underestimate this. Yeah, look, the Lovers. So a choice is being made. 5 of Pentacles. I feel like they were left out in the cold. I feel like potentially you could have walked, or you could have just ignored, and then they felt really left out in the cold and therefore have come forward. We've also got now a counterpart for the Queen, which is the King of Wands, which is that very fiery, very passionate energy coming through. Again, could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, it's like, I feel like you may still have some challenges here, because we've got the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, which is a little bit defensive energy. It's like you're trying to stand your ground. You're trying to kind of battle, a bit of competitive energy, a bit of battling energy. I feel like it's legit. What is the fight about, please? What is the... Yeah, it's like, again, this, if this is not you, it could be that this king is trying to fight with his karmic to try and release himself fully, and has already come towards you around this week, but needs a little bit more time to release totally. But the Empress card is usually the divine feminine, okay? So let's have a look. I feel like they could be in a bit of a battle, which is why they're coming forward, want to make sure you're aware that they haven't let you go, but at the same time, they can't quite bring this into the practical yet, because they have to close out fully a cycle with the karmic, if that makes any sense. Okay, so Spirit, what else can you tell me, please, for the 27th, sorry, the 20th to the 27th? Okay, 5 of Swords, the Star and Strength. Okay, and don't forget, we had the Star and the 4 of Swords as the theme for the month. So about going back within. So if you feel like they come forward, make an offer, it upsets you because they're not fully, you know, kind of carrying on, you know, sort of any practical arrangements through, and then have to wander off and sort something out with their karmic, just go within. Don't sort of, you know, don't view this as an outright loss. Don't sort of read too much into it. Just let them transition through that, because it's saying star and strength. So it's like, have hope, do the healing on yourself, keep strong. But again, with the Five of Swords, this is usually a bit argumentative energy. So just watch how you're kind of utilising that. Yeah, it's like they came forward and now they're backing off. They came forward and now they're backing off. I don't think that, I think it's more to do with the fact that they were worried that if they didn't, they would lose you. And so they had to do something, but it's like they hadn't quite formulated all the ideas or the practicalities yet. And I feel like there's something that's still yet to close with this karmic, because it just feels like they're arguing. They're arguing. It's like something's not quite fully formed. It's not quite time almost. So let's have a look from the 27th to the 31st. What's going to be happening for Pisces, please? What's going to be happening for Pisces? I feel like what they're saying is, if they come forward and you're sat there going, well, they came forward and now they've gone, it's not to say that this isn't the right person. It's to say that it might not be the right time. And again, I know that Three of Swords came up with the theme for the first week, but, and again, don't forget the theme of the overall month was the Star, which was hope, healing, and the Four of Swords, which is going within. So this is about your own inner healing as well, so that you guys can come together. All right. So from the 27th up until the 30th, the end of January, please, what can Pisces expect to see? What is the theme for the last week in January for Pisces? We've got Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Again, I feel like this was an offer that's not quite ready. If it was a very kind of fruitful, practical offer, maybe you're female watching this and you would have, they would have viewed you as their kind of longer term. The Queen of Pentacles is essentially like the kind of long-term relationship type scenario. With it being reversed, it's not quite ready. Okay, so it's like, if they're in and out around the January, don't take it personally. Because look, you want them to do the healing. You don't want to come in, out, in, out, in, out. I think they mean it. That they're not just doing it because I just think they need to go off and close out a cycle in their life. While they're doing that, you do your healing, because you need to do your healing as well. Otherwise, it's just going to come. You guys are going to be put together, and it's not going to work because one or both of you is not healed. I have absolutely no idea why I'm sneezing right now, but apparently there's a reason for it. Okay, so the 27th, watch your health around the 27th to the 31st, that you're not burning yourself out. You've got strength in reverse. Okay, so if this really, if this happens and it really strikes a chord here, which I'm sure it would do, where someone's in and out, don't react to it. Do the healing. Work on you. Self-love. Okay. Focus the energy back to you. Date yourself. Pamper yourself. Let them come and go as they please. It's their issue. If they're going to be in and out, they've obviously got something they need to resolve. Let the energy balance itself out. Let the dust settle and let them come in when they're ready. If you then fire off shots, guns blazing, if they come in and out, all it's going to do is just push this situation further back. All right. 27th to the 31st. Yeah, look, a new beginning wants to start. We've got the Fool in reverse. It wants to start, but it's not quite ready yet. All right. The Star, the Hanged Man, the Page of Cups. Okay, so there's hope, there's healing needs to be done. There needs to be a pause before a new offer, a new love offer comes through. Okay, so if you get to the end of January and think, wow, that was insane. Hang on. I've just sneezed about 100 times. If you get to the end of January, hang on a minute, this is ridiculous. If you get to the end of January where you feel like, oh my goodness, so close yet so far, it wasn't the right time. I feel like they've done this to make sure that you are not walking. But it wasn't the right time for them to do it. Okay? It could have, it's not, put it this way, the connection feels very strong, but if it's not the right time, it's because there's probably something within you and the person that needs to be healed. So you need to sort of try and look into what that thing is. All right? And if it triggers you suddenly where this, you know, they're in and out, have a look at abandonment issues, okay? Because it could well be something that's been brought up to you to then heal yourself before this actually does come to fruition. Okay, so let's have a look at outcomes, please. What is the outcome for January? What is the outcome for January, please, for Pisces? We've got the Nine of Swords. So there's a little bit of a sort of a worry. There's a lot of worry going on here. There's a lot of concern, anxiety. Outcome, please, for Pisces for January 2020. What is the outcome, please? Page of Michael. So, pay attention to gossip. Sorry, don't pay attention to gossip. If people are talking here, there, and everywhere about this, maybe just try and keep to yourself. I feel like you may find out some things through social media that maybe you weren't aware of, or people may be talking about certain things that maybe upset you. So just be aware of that. Try not to buy too much into it. Obviously, if someone is coming forward with a bit of mask on and they're not offering anything authentically, then just pay attention to that. But there's no harm in just trusting your intuition with it, because everyone's going to be different. And don't hold on to it too tight when it comes in, because then if they do tend to go out, it's going to affect you a lot more. Just surrender, because it won't harm you as much to do that. Okay, let's pull some outcome cards here. Oracle cards. We've got the Earth Magic deck, Stephen D. Farmer. What can you tell us, please, about Pisces? Outcomes for January 2020. What is the outcome, please, for January? Yeah, we've got ocean, ebb and flow. So obviously this is about cycles, which is very much off on, off on. Go with it. Obviously with the ocean, it's a very fluid, very feminine energy. It's about surrendering. Okay, we've got fire, which is passion. So just be careful you're not sort of going off on one if this happens. And look, there's all, you know, you have to obviously speak your mind, but don't sort of take it to the other degree, okay? Because there's a lot of fire energy behind this reading. We had the King and Queen of Wands. We've got Whale, which is breach. So coming up for air, all right? If you need to take a break from a situation just to sort of switch off and really recharge your batteries, do it. Because no one is going to be making any consciously good decisions if they're so stressed out, fed up with a situation that they're just ready to kick off at anywhere, you know? And then we've got Shaman, which is ancient healing wisdom. So there's something you need to be healing within you before this can come to fruition, which is why it's on hold a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at the Archangel cards here. Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Let's see what messages they have. Outcomes, please, for Pisces for January 2020. Outcomes for Pisces. Outcome for Pisces, please. Thank you. For January 2020. What is the outcome? Do you remember when I mentioned at the beginning about divine order? I think it was this video I mentioned it. If not, there's a divine order in everything, okay, which is why the Justice card came out. It's about a balancing, a recalibration, because there is no point putting two people together if they're not ready. We've got the divine order card, okay? So this is essentially about everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order, okay? If they haven't brought you together yet, there's a reason. It just means that if you were to come together, it wouldn't work because it's not the right time. The lessons haven't been fully learned. The vibration is not fully matched just yet. So we need to kind of send it upstairs, surrender, trust upstairs that they're going to deliver it as and when is necessary. Outcome, please. Outcome. What else do Pisces need to be aware of for January 2020? Outcomes, please, Spirit. Thank you. There's about 100 cards here. Let me just... They all flew out. What other messages do you have for Pisces, please, for January 2020? Okay, we've got the leadership card here. It is time for you to assume your leadership role and position and lovingly guide others. So if this is all going on, where is it you can take charge in your own life? Because that sort of empowerment energy is going to help you transition out of that, rather than focusing on what the loss is or what the perceived loss is. And then we've got sensitivity. It says you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Move, honor yourself and your feelings. Okay, so again, feel that energy, feel that kind of, when you're going through anything of that nature, that emotional kind of pain, it's like, it's really important to don't let it sit in you. Try and either, you know, channel it somewhere, or try and release it once you've, because this is the other thing, there's no point whenever you're going through sort of emotional pain to just sit and go, I'm going to ignore the pain, and I'm going to, because that's not going to help either, because all you're going to do is it's going to sit somewhere that you're not aware of. You need to feel it, cry it out, you know, really sit in that energy for a couple of minutes, and then just observe it being released. All right, don't identify with that so much. Once you've cried it out or done what you need to do, don't keep identifying with that same pain, because it's gonna stay with you. So just do what you can. That's all you can do. You know, this is all about learning. Last message, please. Counselor. You are a natural counsellor. Many people benefit from your guidance and assurance. So this could be actually to do with you learning this to then utilise in a life mission, life path, job. Because it is an important thing. You know, I trained as a psychotherapist, and I had to work through a lot of my own issues first. I never actually practiced psychotherapy. I just use it in my job. But it is not easy, especially if you're a healer. You cannot be doing anything on people unless you've done a little bit on yourself. You know, you've worked through things best you can. Obviously, we all have issues. We're humans. But it's to a level of awareness that you're able to help other people, that this could be what part of this is about as well. You know, if you're going through it and you transitioned out the other end, you're able to then identify and help others to do the same. Okay, guys, hopefully that's been of some help. I'm wishing you all the very best of luck. Thank you so much for all your likes, subscription and shares. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you for watching and listening to me. It means a lot. Obviously, we're going to be posting now pick a cards. I'm going to be doing different bits and pieces. I'm taking suggestions. If you have any, please let me know. General pick a card ideas. And yeah, take good care. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you're at. And bye-bye.